I love you, so love you too. But it's difficult to love yourself. It's very hard. It's very hard, but it's doable. And there are people who are out there who are probably better than us, than the version we're at right now. Hi guys, so another chit chat talk with me right here. So I'm gonna talk about self-love because I don't think it's something I'm also dealing with. I'm not talking about it because, you know, like I love myself, like I'm very confident about the way I feel about myself. I love myself to some extent, but at some point I was like, you know, what's the importance of loving yourself? Like, doesn't that make you a bit more boastful, a bit more proudful? When people talk about self-love, it's mostly like you don't like the way you look like, you don't like your appearance, and you don't think you're enough. You think like there are people who are way better than you, and I don't want to say this like in a bad way, but aren't we all thinking those thoughts? And there are people who are out there who are probably better than us, than the version we're at right now. And there are people out there who are, you know, like our ideal size, our ideal personality, our ideal, I don't know, our ideal anything, ideal state, lifestyle, things like that. Something we want to be like, but we're not there yet. So for me, self-love is about knowing what you deserve, and it's just about knowing what you deserve. Let's say in terms of like what, knowing what you deserve and knowing what makes you happy, doing things that make you happy. Like, you might live a certain lifestyle, you might be a certain way, but then that doesn't really make you happy. It's just like that's the pressure you get to be that way. Or you know your value, but do you really know your value? Like, if someone treats you a certain way, would you accept that or tolerate that? Or would you stand up and be like, I am worth way more than that, you can do this to me? So that's what self-love has been about for me. I started like realizing about the importance of self-love and started venturing into it, I think the beginning of this year, or maybe late last year, somewhere in between there. And in that time I was like, I came to realize that yes, I might not be perfect, yes, I might not be the best person out there, but I am probably worth more. I'm worth a certain amount. Like, if someone is to treat me a certain way, I'm gonna be hurt about it, but I'm gonna tell myself, Orupa, you're worth than that, you're worth more than that, so don't let this person treat you in such a way. Yeah, because before, I mean, I'm not boastful, I don't think I'm boastful, but I'm, you know, there's certain things people say to me and they'll be like very hurtful. Like, there's a time someone told me like I'm very proudful, I have a lot of boast, like I'm very proud, and I was hurt by that because I was like, I don't try to be proud. I mean, if you meet me, I don't think anyone who meets me will think I'm proud. I hope not, because that's what I try not to come across as. So when that person said that, and this was a person who didn't know me, it really hurt me at that point. And I remember I told someone about it, and I'm like, this person told me this and that, and it really hurts me, because not that that person doesn't know me, or the fact that the person didn't know me doesn't matter. The fact that just from our encounter we probably texted like 4 or 5 times, and just from that encounter he came to the conclusion that I was boastful and proud. That really hurt me. So I talked to this person and I'm like, yo, why this person saying this and that? It's really hurtful. And the person at that time was like, who's the person's name? You know, let me beat them up for you. I'm like, no, you're not gonna do that. You're just playing. He was playing, so it was okay. So that really hurt me. But slowly by slowly I came to accept that I'm a certain way. I behave a certain way. I don't think I'm proud, I don't think I'm boastful, but someone else might. And the fact that this person doesn't know me, and we don't even have any sort of relationship, we don't talk, we haven't met, we met when we were in primary, that enough should tell me that you don't know who I am. I mean, what someone else doesn't determine, what someone says doesn't determine who I am. So slowly I came to terms with that, and I'm like, right now the point where I'm at is people will have opinion of me, and it's gonna hurt me at some point. I mean, it's gonna hurt me at first, but eventually I come to accept the fact that this is me, this is how I am. I believe I'm a certain way. If someone thinks differently, that's okay, that is their problem. But for me, I know who I am. I mean, I don't know who I fully am. I'm still trying to figure out who I am, but I know myself that if you say Orupa is ignorant, I will be like, okay, that's what you think, that's fine, it's okay with me. But I know for a fact I'm not ignorant. I am very argumentative, I am very stubborn. A lot of people tell you I'm stubborn, but I don't think I'm ignorant. And yeah, so people have opinions of you regardless of what you do, whether you're doing good or bad. Someone is going to have an opinion of you, but learn to love yourself. They're going to say bad things about you, they're going to say good things about you. Know where you stand, know your weaknesses, know your strengths, and once you accept that, you kind of love yourself. That is what self-love is for me. It's knowing my weaknesses and my strengths and accepting that, and when people say it, it doesn't hurt me as bad as if I hadn't accepted it. Because I don't know, I wrote a list like a few months ago of my weaknesses and my strengths. Now my strengths, I don't know even what my strengths are. My strength is that I like laughing, and then my weaknesses, one of my weaknesses is that I don't like trusting people. Now is that a weakness or a strength? That's why for me it was easier to like accept myself and others' opinions of me, because there are very few people that if they say something it will really, really hurt me deep. Like if my sister was to say something and mean it seriously, it will hurt me so much. And there are like a few more people who, if they were to say something about me, it would hurt me to the extent I'll be like, why? And it will lower my self-esteem tremendously. But for most cases, these people I can count them with probably 1 or 2 hands, so they're that few. So that's why it was easier for me. But for those people who trust people and who feel like other people's opinion matters so much, it might be a bit more difficult. I mean, other people's opinion matter to me, and that might be part of the problem. That might be a bit difficult when it comes to loving yourself, because you value others' opinions more than what your own opinion, and that becomes a problem. So I'm at a point whereby I accept people have opinions, I accept people think I'm a certain way, but I'm not gonna let that determine who I am or what I am. And I'm also at that point whereby I will do things to make me happy, because that is what I feel is right at that point in time. And yes, I might be wrong, yes, it might not be the best choice for me, but the fact that I am doing this from the deepest part of my heart, knowing that it is the right thing to do, that for me is where I'm at right now. So I'm at a point where I'm living life not to please others, but I am living life in what I believe is right, and I'm trying to learn from the good and the bad experiences. So loving yourself can be tough, just because it makes you seem like you're self-absorbed, or like I get guilty when people say about self-love. I feel a bit guilty, but it's not in a bad way. I'm guilty when it feels guilty, because why am I showing love to myself if I can show this love to other people? So that's where the difficulties come for me. But when it comes to, if we put it in the aspect that self-love is knowing your weaknesses and your strengths and accepting those two, then it makes sense to me, because I have a lot of weaknesses. I have a lot of things I do wrong, and I'm just starting to accept that some things I'm just not good at. I am faulty in a lot of areas, so that is helping me to value myself more, helping me to love myself more. And anyway, what was I going to say? And know what you deserve. Everybody deserves the best. And okay, I mean, I see that, but do I think it's true for me? I'm still trying to accept it. But everyone deserves the best in life. So if someone is treating you in a wrong way, get the courage to just, walk away, because you deserve a lot. It's hard to believe, it's hard to accept that, because we're all human and we have our errors, and we have our faults. So it's hard for anybody to believe. Okay, for me it was hard to believe, like, what is best is out there for me, like I deserve the best. And I think right now currently I know I deserve what is good. I know I deserve what is good enough. And what is good enough depends on my current situation, depends on the person. So there's a lot of factors in terms of what is good enough. But I'm learning that I deserve a lot. So at this point, there are things that I cut off in my life just because it's like, you are in my life, but you didn't treat me the right way. And this can include friends, it can include, just a lot of things. It can include things like items, it can include relationships. Friendships are relationships, all sorts of relationships. So that's what I'm coming to realize, that I love me and I'm okay with loving myself. I'm not gonna be big-headed about it. I'm not gonna take it to the extreme whereby it just seems like I'm self-absorbed. But the bottom line is, loving myself means that I know my strength, I know my weaknesses, and I'm accepting that, and I'm learning to set bounds, because I deserve this. If you're not offering this in my life, then you need to be out of my life. So that is where we are. So once you do that, for me, once I've done that, was the first step I had to make for me to identify myself, to know who I am. This year for me this year has been a year of self-identity. It's been a year of knowing what I am. It's been a year whereby I make my choices and stick to them, whether it's good or bad, whether people will agree with them or not. It's a year of mistakes. It's just a year of everything. It's a year of exploring. So that's where we're at. And in the process, through the good and the bad, the more I get hurt, the more I realize how much worth I am. And yeah, it helps when you're surrounded with great friends who keep telling you your worth. And then there's my sister, and then there are all those Khoisan people and the Shilawadu people. We have a group called Shilawadu, but we're not, so unfair. We just the B. That's just the group name. So I am surrounded with a lot of friends who shower with me with love, and also a lot of family members who encourage and show me love at every chance they get. So that's also has been helping me. So love yourself, guys. It's a hard thing to do. People say it and make it seem like it's easy, but it's difficult to love yourself. It's very hard. It's very hard, but it's doable. If you like a challenge, it's gonna be a great challenge. Get to know yourself and love yourself for who you are, because you cannot be anyone else. If you pretend to be someone else, you lose your identity, and there's nothing worse than losing your identity because you feel out of place everywhere. So love yourself, cherish who you are, know what you're worth, and act accordingly to your worth, because you are worth. There's a B here. You are worth a lot beyond measure, because you're made in the image of God. You're a child of God, so you're worth a lot. Yes, guys. So that's what it's gonna end. And now I have to go before this bee bites me. It's attacking my camera right now. Camera, be strong. It's too sharp. Yeah, guys. So love yourself. I love you, so love you too. I shall see you in my next video, people. Bye. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We can have a little chit chat more often. So yeah guys, I will see you in my next video. Until then, take care, be happy, be love yourself, continue spreading the African love, whatever kind of love you have to offer, because in this place, in this world, we have no room for hate. Bye guys, kwaherini, see you in my next video. Stay tuned. B, this bee is giving me problems.